Set it out. Hang on. 6, 9, 12. But yeah.
Welcome back to another locals duel. And I've been meaning to get better versus Memento, because Memento is just one of those decks that, like, you don't necessarily know exactly where to interact, because they're very they can go about their turn or about their sequencing differently, right? And it's kind of hard to read, especially this variant, because if you see a lure in his hand, and he's playing Fiendsmith. But from what I know, just general. Interact with the horse or interact with the twin, the fusion that one adds. But he's gonna pivot into Fiendsmith, and as by now we are all aware of what Fiendsmith provide for any deck it's splashed in. It'll give you access to Caesar or Desiree. But if they go Caesar, then you have to deal with a Caesar and a Paradise. You prefer this variant better? Which is a spot removal. Or if they just go with Desiree, I think Caesar is just a bit more difficult to get around, especially for us as well. If you don't see Imperm or Droplet or a way to deal with it, and that's what he's gonna go for here. He's gonna some Necroquip, Revive Engraver, overlays for the Caesar, basically negates. It has two special summon negates that activate, which is quite devastating. But he sets and passes, and I'm like, okay, so that's all it is. A Caesar. I mean, I would have liked to keep the Caesar, the Imperm in hand. I draw into Terratop. My hand is pretty good, but I have to deal with the Caesar. Special effects. And I have to deal with the Paradise. So I start with my Terratop. Special summoning it because I can control the monsters, and then I'm gonna add a Speedwood monster, which is gonna be Tagatamborg, and I can specially if I control a wind, which if you're playing the Cashier cards, you can specially if you have Unicorn, which is pretty funny. And in our case, we play Adventure, which is gonna pair with pretty funny. It pairs well with Griffin because it's a wind. So right here now, I'm contemplating on how to go about it, and I end up deciding that I'm gonna miss out on attacking directly. So I'm going to go for an SP line, so I can clear the back row and then chain Caesar, chain to Caesar and banish Caesar, assuming he chains it. So I go SP.
I'll hit the back row.
Targeting the back row, and then he goes in response, chains Droplet, negating my SP, so I cannot chain my SP. To banish the Caesar as I plan to do. So then now I'm thinking to myself, well, I can force double negate on Caesar, but I feel like I need to make sure that I resolve my Crystron. So I'm thinking, well, this will be an Ash, right? This will be Ash if he has Ash or not. But I'm trying to get to a point where he negates double right, so I can then see if he negates both of them, because it negates activation. So in this case I can just bait both, and then I already checked for the Ash, so it didn't have the Ash. But Paul has played this deck as well, so he has a bit of experience with it, so he knows exactly what I'm trying to do. But I don't think he expected this part.
Because you negate activation?
So he goes and reads it to make sure it's not used, and it's activate. And then he's like, do you have 2 cards in hand? I was like, yes. And then he goes ahead and negates it. And then this is where I'm like, so I checked for the Ash earlier. He didn't Ash me, so then I'm like, okay, maybe I'm free to go. And then this is where I snowball everything. And this is the cool thing of technical play. Like just finding a way to sequence your turn in a way where you can capitalize and not just get stopped at a particular point of interaction, which is something that you just gain through practice. Just keep playing your deck, and you'll be able to sequence accordingly to out-resource and get around some interactions. So I summon to make sure that I can chain if he has something to the inclusion, and there's nothing here. But I still have to keep in mind that he does have the Paradise still, so I gotta be mindful of that. And then I'm just waiting for something to happen here. And in order for me to check the Paradise, I need to go for a Dragster. right? Because Dragster can negate the Paradise, right? It negates the spell trap effect. And then I can still revive my Sulfador. Special. Banish Inclusion. Special my
We're good.
Tristaros. And this checks the Paradise, and then I can just go along my way and get to my Alask, add back, just follow up to eventually get to my Infinity. It's so cool. Then you go Tristaros effect, pop a single right control, summon 2 Crucians from deck, and I'm gonna summon out my 5 and my Tristaros, and I'm trying to get to a Korin Gandrax. I think I'm debating on whether I go Infinity or go for Korin Gandrax, and I feel like just banishing everything from the graveyard will benefit me more in the long run, because an Infinity can be baited. Like, it seems like I'm not gonna be able to clear his body if I go for Infinity, right? I mean, I could absorb his guy, but
Banish this.
I don't know. I feel like if I can just force and banish his grave, I can benefit from a bit more in the long run. Once we enter the grind game, because I can't
200.
OTK him. So
800.
Attack for damage. The SP's halved. It's negated. And then I feel pretty secure because I have Dragster, I have SP to banish, and I have Cluster to pop 2 things. So then he goes then what does it do? He goes summons that Lacrima.
Yep.
I think he does his main phase 2. Pretty sure he does main phase 2. Yeah, main phase 2, and then he passes.
Yeah.
So then he goes. What does he do here? Engraver, bounce back.
Yeah.
And I think I chain here. I think I pop here. I pop here because I don't want to lose to a chaos. Well, I guess if he goes Chaos Angel, it's a bit weird because it's unaffected by card effects. So I attempt to pop 2, and he just chains that, and then I negate, and he pops, and he passes, and he just scoops. He just scoops. But yeah, I didn't want to deal with the Chaos Angel. I mean, I could have dealt with it regardless, but I felt like just getting rid of it now would be better, and then that means that I don't have to use other things, right? Like, I don't know, maybe I'm not sure if it mattered all too much. I think it's fine. So I'm going second, putting in the Dusters and the Storm just to force things, get rid of force the Desiree, force some of the quick play Memento cards or the quick play spells, so I can expose everything and then deal with everything that is, and not let him time it properly at a point where I can't really deal with it. And shuffling with 60 is quite the thing. It's quite the experience. It's not really pleasant because it's a lot more effort. Like, you have to shuffle it half and half. It's so huge. So then we start game 2, and then Paul's going first. I can't remember what my hand was. I can't really see. But he starts with Fiendsmith track, and I debate on ashing this, but I think I feel like my hand can deal with a Desiree or or a what's it called?
Oh, from hand.
Caesar. So I'm trying to save this ash for like one of his like the horse or something, or the goblin or the twin, right? Just negating that, because that's kind of what gets everything going. So I feel like this should be fun. I think it'd be easier to navigate a Caesar and
here we go
the
again.
Fiendsmith stuff compared to having to like anticipate Memento cards, because they're a bit odd.
What's that one do again?
This one dumps 2.
So destroyed dump 2?
Yeah, so I decided to ash this one. I'm pretty sure.
Let me read.
Do I ash it? I can't remember.
Oh, ash. I'm assuming you're activating it, right? Yeah.
Okay, I do ash it, yeah. Yeah, I ash this. And it seems pretty devastating because he just passes, and I'm like, oh, damn. Okay, fair enough.
Okay, stand by.
And this is pretty cool here.
Next one.
And I try to do the thing again, where he goes Caesar negate, and I go effective. And he has an ash in hand as well. And it's gonna be, I think it's gonna be very similar to how to out Caesar. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be very similar. So I activate, and he negates again. So I burn the Caesar with double right again. And then now my point of interactions are going to be forcing and baiting with Smiger. So I'm going to try to get rid of some of his cards with SP, right? And and make it seem to where I'm kind of desperate and need for this search, right? But that's kind of the hit or miss with some interactions, right? Because you might already have the card you can search anyways. And yeah, so then go SP effect. I think I forced the Requiem summon. I'm pretty sure, because I want to have everything on field and exposed, so I can try to like play around it a bit better. So then I go okay, effect of Smiger, and then he ashes that, and I'm like okay, perfect. And then this is where I just play the inclusion, and then I'm like okay, here we go. But he still has access to Lacrima to send Paradise, so I gotta be mindful of that. It's not completely over yet.
This is the right, because he's you know, like that.
Yeah. I go Salvador, and right here I'm thinking about how to tell him to do this, because I can't make a Lesk because he'll just send it, right? And I need to use my inclusion, so I won't be able to revive it later. So I just go battle phase, and I force a battle phase, and he doesn't use Requiem. I'm like, okay, fair enough, interesting. Attack for 15, and then in main phase 2, there's no more interactions from my understanding, and then he just shows me that he returned Lacrima, and then I'm just gonna snowball from here. Go for Tristaros, pop Synchro, summon 2. It's just a sense of fulfillment when you outplay. It's so cool. It's one of the cool aspects of Yu-Gi-Oh, that you can out-clever your opponent and then capitalize on it.
Yeah?
And it's pretty cool. It's yeah, for sure. It's one of the highlights of the game and the experiences of the game itself.
Oh,
why it's so fun. I meant to overlay.
I'll take that.
Going to go Infinity Absorb, and set Cluster, and that's pretty good. I mean, he opened it pretty bad. Like he opened a Fiendsmith sequence, but like, yeah, he didn't get to see his Memento stuff, and I passed to him, and he's debating on summoning the horse right now, but I think he just goes for Engraver. I'm like, it's perfectly fine, but I think I chain. Because I don't want to lose to like a tactics or like some sort of like mental spell, so I just go ahead and chain to it and summon my Dragster just to cover all my bases. And like my only concern now is at the very least if he goes for like a Typhon or something, because that can be kind of troublesome. So I'm trying to preserve my cluster for that if it comes to that point. So he goes Requiem. He summons Engraver, goes Engraver, and then I chain SP to make sure that he doesn't force my Infinity. He activates the horse, and then I go Infinity, negate that, because the last card in his hand can possibly turn into a Typhon and then clear my board. Assuming I could have just let it resolve it and just pop it, but like then Typhon just clicks me.
Damn.
And then he just scoops. GG, Poe.